match up. What the heck?
Well, here it was 222. So,
They still match up. Okay, we're back. Um, excuse me. My internet
Angie
went out.
broke the internet. And showed
My
Angie broke the
internet
internet with her.
just went completely out. And I don't know. I don't know. This isn't.
Seems to be a thing with magical talk of any sort and breaking the internet. I've seen it and experienced it with others, and it just seems to happen quite a lot.
So I think we shouldn't speak about the oil too much and go straight to business.
Yeah, like I'll just let you know, it's great for ritual baths for healing, and absolutely the energies um, blends very very well with Sekhmet. Definitely will help you to connect with her. Um, because Sekhmet is the type of goddess that you would want to work with if you have a hard time saying no. Crossing. People always trying to push your boundaries or crossing lines. Um, and I was, I will also add a little bit of a note here. Be careful because she will bring out that primal side in you to where it's very easy, and you might snap before when you didn't. Sometimes some of us need that though. I know some people have a horrible time saying no, but this that goddess and this oil, it does help you to connect with her. Wonderful, like Angie said, on your candles. Um, and really, I used it in the bath. I used it in the candles, and even would add a little bit, when I like to some of my incense. So yeah, and yeah, you could use it for all other sorts of things, but definitely if you're trying to really connect to that energy, the bath was very important. From my working with her, the bath is like a ritual thing where she wants you to kind of cleanse yourself of any other energies.
Yeah, keep talking, guys. I'm telling everyone the internet went out and apologizing.
Okay. Okay. So, but Angie, anything you want to add? Because it was funny that you do mention it was started out as a, you'd ask me what kind of oil. I was like, oh, I'd like a love oil, and then I got it, and I'm like, no, and I just started calling it Sekhmet oil after that. And it's funny because while I was working with her, even Angie was giving me. Um, she didn't realize it was gnosis even at the time of with Sekhmet. It was like I asked, she did a reading for me, and she was asking, well, how did you like the reading? And I started laughing. I said, well, yeah, did you realize that Sekhmet channeled you through this reading? And it was really it was mind blowing, I think, because she hit things that was things I was writing down with my gnosis with her, and there was no way because I hadn't even mentioned it. Really, it was I was keeping it very private at that point of the things I was noticing with Segment, and the reading that Angie did just lined up completely.
Yeah, I'm honestly still I mean, I'm not impressed with the reading. Impressed that the reading made such a huge impression on you, and I'm like, "Oh my God, really? I really had to tap into something because your reaction and how deeply you were influenced by it,
Mm-hmm.
it's really amazing."
Well, yeah, because honestly, to you were like, to me, you were like, this reading makes no sense, and I'm like, oh no, it makes extreme sense. I was like, no, this is everything that Sekhmet had been showing me. She even pulled a card that had a stream or like a little brook running through it. And it wasn't like a normal color. It was almost like a reddish pink. I said, no, like think about this. We noticed that it was kind of like, when the Nile or when the Red Sea, the things that had that red tint to them. It definitely was not an average reading. It wasn't like hey Angie, I would like a love reading. I want to know what's going on in my love life. No, it was nothing like that at all. It was something much deeper, and very significant. And working with Segment, for me, what I've noticed is that she likes to use visuals. And every one of the visuals keep coming up. So I would say, even though I'm working with other things on other things right now, she is still showing up very much, and it is helping me with other projects and such.
Oh, so that's very interesting. So you decided to work with her only for a short period of time,
Mhm.
or
Yes, for it was mainly for, and technically it still is kind of the same idea, but healing or protection, um, and I think part of that though, um, the best way to protect yourself is to how to there. A lot of people have a problem, and I know I do, saying no or boundaries. You think of it, she's not just a human goddess or with a human form. She is primal. She is a lioness. And you have to remember that lionesses, you're not going to probably step up and demand or be demanding. I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go in a den of lionesses. I'd go in a den of lions before I would a lioness, because they are, and very much, they feed the whole. It's the females that will go and feed the whole, make sure that the whole pride is taken care of and fed.
yeah,
Um,
and sorry to interrupt you, but in documentaries from Savannah or something, it's
yes,
always so freaking funny because you think of a
what are the
lion.
guys doing? Yeah,
Yes,
what are the guys doing?
yes, nothing. And
No, they're not. Technically speaking, they're not. So that's what I was seeing. You know, it was just the female line. There was no bears. There was three of them, and they were so lovely. But it was weird because they were all like the three of them, and it almost kind of reminded me of the Mother Maiden Crone type, the triple goddess aspect. But there was three of them there. Um, and they were all, one was like kind of smelling the air to smell if there was any danger or food, I guess, or whatever, smelling the air. One of them, and even she was even kind of tasting the air at points, like, seeing if her nose was missing something, but maybe her tongue could. Then there was the one that was using, you could see her ears twisting and turning. And the other one was, it was like they were using every one of their senses, but working together as a whole to protect themselves. So I was kept watching that, and then and then it comes like this weird vision of where I was shown this round circle of fire, and it was like, okay, what does this have to do with anything? But it was actually kind of reminding me, and then it kind of was like, I guess because I wasn't getting it, I was kind of like, well, she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna trigger your brain here, and I realized, and which she's showing me, is very similar to where Khaleesi from Game of Thrones steps into the fire with her three dragon eggs. You know that if you step into fire, if you step into that circle, it could be dangerous. You do not know what might can happen. But if you trust and you trust your gut in your intuition, that's what Khaleesi did. She was rewarded and with the three baby dragons. And what did they do? They protected her. They they made sure they helped her become a queen. They, if you really want to think down, with the power that they gave her, it helped her to, win and free other people and such. It was very interesting that she used that. So then it was funny when on your reading, Angie, you looked at one of the cards that you'd pulled, and you go into the sequoia tree. You start talking about the sequoia tree, and that sometimes you have to kind of like, okay, a sequoia, if they didn't burn, if the forest didn't have the forest fires over there, sequoias would have probably ceased to exist a long time ago. But the sequoias have to open up the cones to let the seeds come out. They have to be burned, and that's very interesting. So it's like sometimes growth, life, comes from a burning or a what do you call it? A foraging of yourself sometimes, or a foraging of some sort. And um, that's very significant because the other card literally was a phoenix. So what I realized that she was showing with that circle of fire is if I step into the circle of fire, even though I'm unsure and I might even be afraid that if coming out on the other side of that fire is my phoenix moment where things will ascend, and I like things are just going to be transformed at that point.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. And I think that's a good spot to start this wheel and see who is going to be
Ooh.
reborn like a phoenix and transformed
Yes.
into a fiery lioness who would punch someone in the face to tell them
Yeah,
no.
just don't go to jail. That could be a problem for some.
Well, I mean,
I try to like. There have been moments where I'm like, okay, calm down. I'll say, calm down, Sekhmet. Calm down, because I can feel it. So yeah, but you learn to work with her well. She's
oh,
been
and
amazing.
since Sean mentioned love oil real quick, you can get custom oils made by Angie. She can customize it to you. So remember that. If you're
Yes.
interested, contact her
Oh
and
yeah.
she'll hook you up.
Well, but again, this oil was primarily made for the love, so
Yeah, but
I really think it still carries
You want to
that
think about it though?
information.
You want to think about it though? Think about it. Y'all know me, and how many people have I, let y'all seen, one of my last relationship. If I would have learned to be bolder, I wouldn't have put up with the mess I did for as long as I did. So it is, in a way, it teaches you to have the strength to know the differences too. And I feel like you definitely channeled what I needed most at the time, to be honest. Um, so it worked fabulously. I think that, you know, if somebody wants, I think you would be good at channeling any oil that a person's needing at the time. To be quite honest, it's like I would say it could be a transforming oil.
That's interesting. And oh, there is the wheel on the screen.
It's the wheel of fortune. I love it.
um actually, I'm going to have to do something real quick. All right. So, we're about to spin it. You guys ready?
Yeah,
And Angie,
I'm
you didn't say
excited.
anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready. I'm excited. That's why I'm so silent.
Okay,
You have to say
so
woohoo or f bomb.
you could drop them if you want. So, here we go. How do I spin this thing? Oh,
Click on it.
Yeah, we need to click it. See, this is not. You can tell already. This is not been set up or anything.
As long as you can get it,
I love it. Well, good luck, everybody.
click on. Oh, it's spinning.
Woo, good luck, guys.
Well, it's going to spin for 30 seconds because Melvin wanted the drama.
oh
So,
wow.
Oh,
Zaya
do we drum?
wins.
Who?
Z- Zaya takes it. Wow.
Woo!
That's who gets it. It was a nice try, but the winner is Zaya Crow. So I will contact her on Facebook and let her know and
Congratulations.
get that info out. Holy cow. Boy, that was
well, and
exciting.
I believe she said somewhere like the Sekhmet is her goddess or something in
Oh
that
well, then that
sense.
would make
Yeah, she
sense.
did. Wow. All right.
That I'm telling you. But yeah, guys, I think honestly, contact Angie about if you need something to whatever it is you're supposed to be working on, like with self improvement, or if you're working with goddesses, um, you'll it will come very clear. Um, you'll start noticing when you work with the oils that she does, the aspects of the goddess or of the energies of what you're supposed to be doing. And it comes clear. I promise that much.
Wow. And my cat just heard something. She was asleep on my back. Yes, I'm laying down doing this. She was on my back and she just got up because she heard
Oh
something.
yeah, well cats.
So,
Yeah, well we're speaking of Sekhmet, of course.
but yeah, wow. Okay, that was awesome. And if you didn't win, don't worry. We actually, what I'm going to do is have two more giveaways. One is going to be another oil, but that's going to happen over Facebook. The cat's in the window. And the third giveaway after the second, of course, because yeah, three comes after two. Everyone knows that, Melvin. it's going to be a tarot session with me. So that's going to be the third one. And that one's going to be a little bit more complicated, though. It's not going to be as straightforward. Um, but thank you guys for coming, listening to us. Thank you for jumping in and hopefully enjoying the conversation a little bit. Forgive the tech issues. And on the other vid, I hope you enjoyed Angie dropping the F bomb. Angie, drop another one.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Well, fuck it.
There we go. And, you know, I finally got this thing set up and this software that I'm using now. And I'm so upset because so many tech issues happen and your comment should be showing up on the screen and it's not. And I know what to do to fix it, but I don't want to fix it because then it'll spoil something else. And now that I look at it, I forgot to actually pin what I wanted to do to the comment thing. So, oh boy, it's been one of those days. But in all honesty, though, thank you guys for supporting Unexplained Possibilities. And this is our little way of giving back to you for, just joining in on the streams, liking, sharing, all that good stuff. So thank you. And Angie, do you have anything you want to add?
No, I just congratulate to the winner and that's it.
And what
All
about
right,
you,
guys.
Bonnie? Do you have anything?
I'm not just hope everyone has a wonderful weekend and congratulations again to the winner. And remember, people, heal yourselves.
All right. And with that said, or rather, we here at Unexplained Possibilities will be seeing you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.